Gina.
Hey, everybody.
Close first?
No, this is at the end,
Oh, okay.
but there's something that popped.
No, I
up.
think
This meeting
that
is being
is-
live streamed.
Oh,
Yeah, got it.
There we go.
We just live stream.
Okay, are we ready to get the show on the road?
We are.
All right, I will call the meeting to order at 4:01. Not too bad.
No,
Anne, can you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I would be glad to. Everybody please stand. Put your hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Anne. I don't see anybody here to address the Personnel Commission, so we'll move on to item number 4, which is the public hearing on the Commissioner's appointment of Maria Garner to the Personnel Commission. I will entertain, can I ask for a motion and a second to approve the opening of a public hearing to discuss the appointment of Maria Garner to the Personnel Commission?
So moved?
Gina, are you going to second that?
Second.
Okay, great. It's been moved and seconded, and I will put that to a vote. Gina
Yes.
and Anne,
Yes.
I can't vote for myself.
We vote.
I'm sorry, Juris?
I said we vote for you.
Okay. All right. And the vote is 2-0. 3, wait, how do I say that? 2-0, right?
That's
zero.
Okay.
I move that we approve the closing of the public hearing.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the closing of the public hearing. And I will call the vote. Anne,
Yes?
Gina,
Yes.
and the vote is 2-0. Passes 2-0. Okay. Item 4C, motion to appoint the Commissioner's appointee, Maria Garner, to the Personnel Commission. Can I get a motion in a second?
I move that we appoint, that we appoint the Commissioner's appointee, Maria Garner, to the Personnel Commission.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded, and I will call for the vote. Anne,
Yes.
Gina,
Yes.
and the vote passes 2-0. All right. Is that all I need to do, Juris?
Yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations, Maria.
How many years has it been?
Not enough.
All right.
Yeah.
When did I start? I don't even remember when I started.
Started when I started in 2015,
Yeah, okay, that's right.
2016. So this is going to be your 4th year.
Okay.
Yeah.
All righty, let's move on to item number 5, approval of minutes. Ladies, did you get to look and review the minutes, the meeting
Yes,
minutes?
I did.
I did.
Any corrections
we-
that need to be made at all?
I move we accept the minutes as September 21st, 2021 as presented.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes for the meeting of September 21st, 2021. And I'll put that to a vote. Gina
Yes.
and Anne,
Yes,
and the motion passes to,
and you can vote
and
on,
that's a yes for me, so yes. And the motion passes 3-0. Okay, moving on to item number 6 for the eligibility list. Hold on, let me scroll.
Yeah. I need a.
Okay. Can I get a motion to ratify the eligibility list and a second, please, for Assistant Superintendent of Business Services?
I make a motion to ratify the the Assistant Superintendent of Business Services dated September 8th, 2021.
I second.
Ladies, is there any question on this?
I just
So-
have a question on, has this person already started?
Yes. And
Okay.
her actual first day is the 18th, which is Monday.
Yes.
It was yesterday.
Okay. Very good.
Yes. it-
Yeah, that was gonna be one of my updates. We are so excited to
Yeah.
have her on board.
Mhm.
Excellent.
Yay.
Thank you.
So is this considered a CBO position or?
Yes.
That's exactly what it is.
Right, okay,
The title.
okay. All righty. Okay, I'll put the call to vote. Gina
Yes.
and Anne,
Yes.
and that's a yes for me. So that passes 3-0. I have one question. Does she come from public or private?
Public,
Public.
she was actually an assistant superintendent for 10 years in a local district in Monroe.
Wow. Oh,
Oh,
great.
okay.
So she
Okay.
comes with a wealth of experience.
That's great. All right, moving on to, can I get a motion and a second to ratify the eligibility list for paraprofessional?
I move
I
we
make-
ratify the eligibility list for paraprofessional dated September 14th, 2021.
Second.
Okay, I'll call for the vote. Gina,
Yes.
Anne,
Yes.
and that's a yes for me. So the motion passes 3-0. Did Jeannie Ho, was she already a current employee? Because I recognize that name.
She is actually an hourly
Oh,
employee right now.
okay,
She's helping out at DDSLC, right? If I'm not mistaken. It's clerical help.
I see.
Mhm.
Okay, great.
So this Bridget Laxamono was offered the job. Did she accept it?
She did. She accepted the offer for SPED. Yes.
Actually,
But-
that one, so that was the one with the
Oh,
conditional or the, yeah, so she actually declined the
she
offer.
initially accepted.
Yeah.
And then just most recently, she declined.
Okay,
Mhm.
so we have 1, 2, 3 that accepted.
3.
Okay,
Okay, did I put this one to a vote? I don't remember.
oh, yeah,
Okay,
No.
great.
Yeah,
yes,
we did.
yeah, you did.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Can I get a motion and a second to ratify the eligibility list for LVN?
I make a motion to ratify the eligibility list for the LVN dated September 15, 2021.
I second.
Any questions on this, ladies? Both of them accepted and did both of them start, right, already? Yep.
Well, one of them started, let me see, one of them started on the 14th. The other one, she's still in the hiring process. She's completing some final steps.
Okay,
Okay,
What locations will they be at?
The one who started, he is at Cloverly, and
Okay,
then the other one who's still in the process is going to be at Longden.
okay, great,
And that fills all the vacancies for LVNs at the school sites.
perfect.
that's great.
Yes, we are so happy to have 2 qualified eligible applicants.
Mhm.
It took a while because we've been flying this posting. Yeah, every
For quite a while, yeah.
while. Yeah,
Mhm.
so we're very excited and happy.
All right, I'll call for the vote. Anne
aye,
and Gina,
Yes.
and that's a yes for me, so motion passes 3-0. Moving on to 6D.
Mhm.
Can I get a motion and a second to ratify the eligibility list for paraprofessional childcare?
I move that we accept the eligibility list for paraprofessional childcare dated September 17th, 2021.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any questions on this, ladies?
So this is, okay, so 2 positions. There were 2 applicants And but for 2 positions?
Correct. And there are actually still a few more vacancies. But these 2 applicants did fill two of the 4 vacancies that they had.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'll call for the vote. Gina,
Yes.
Anne,
Yes.
and that's a yes for me. Vote passes 3-0. Moving on to item 6E. Can I get a motion and a second to ratify the eligibility list for grounds maintenance worker?
I make a motion to ratify the eligibility list for grounds maintenance worker dated September 28, 2021.
I second.
Any questions or comments on this?
Let's see if I made notes on this. Oh, I was just wondering, Richard ranked first and Joe second. So did Richard decline it?
No. So for eligibility list, we can send the top 3 ranks to the department for them to interview. And make your selection from the
Okay.
3 ranks.
Okay, so it's not necessarily the first one is the hired one. Okay.
No.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
And I will put the vote, I'll call for the vote. Anne,
Yes.
Gina,
Yes.
that's a yes for me. The vote passes 3-0. And the last eligibility list, item 6F. Can I get a motion and a second to ratify the eligibility list for behavior intervention aid?
I move that we ratify the eligibility list for behavior intervention aid dated October 7, 2021.
Second?
Any discussion on this, ladies?
These were all offered. Are they accepted?
Yeah, so at
Yeah.
the time that they were just offered, but as of today, they have all accepted.
Okay.
Oh,
3 of
nice.
those- Yeah, 3 of those were promotional, so they will be starting tomorrow. And then the last one who isn't promotional, he is going to be starting the fingerprinting process.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
Anything else, ladies?
No, thank you.
Okay, I will put the vote. Gina
Yes.
and Anne,
Yes.
and a yes for me. Vote passes 3-0. Moving on to item number 7, personnel order. Can I get a motion in a second that we have received personnel order number 2122-04?
I make a motion to accept personnel order 212204 dated September 22nd, 2021.
I second.
Any questions or discussion?
Mm,
I have one. So on the A4, where it says for the ticket selling and the gate attendance,
mhm.
all those people are needed for gate attendance
Not at
and
the
ticket
same time.
sales at football games. Is that football games? Not at the same time, right?
No, not at the same time.
So this list is just,
They're just on the list.
yeah.
Okay,
List to use for the year.
okay. How many people do we have at one time at one game?
I think there were 2 there the other night.
Yeah, it's not all of them. It's just
Okay.
this list of rosters that.
And it kind of depends on the sport. For basketball, usually there's only 1. I don't know what they do for some of the other sports, but I thought there were 2 there the other night for football.
Usually it really just depends on the number of fans that they expect. So the sports that don't get that many, there's often 1. Football's definitely 2.
Okay. Got it.
And I have a question on these employees getting paid 2 hours to attend the district breakfast?
Yes.
They get paid to attend the district breakfast?
Yes, they do.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do. Because the district breakfast is outside of their regularly scheduled calendar days.
Yeah.
And so-
Wow. Well, I'm going to tell you, I give Temple City kudos for
Yeah.
doing so
Yeah,
big time because I work for a district and our union meetings are at 7:30 in the morning or 7 and it's voluntary.
Yeah.
Well,
They-
this is not a union meeting. This is the district breakfast. That's a different thing than a union meeting.
And it still is.
No, but still, I mean, it's on their own time. It's before school starts, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's a district breakfast that the district wants everybody to be at. And if the district wants you to be there outside of your work time,
Well,
You
it's
need to be paid
it's
for it.
still a big thing that they are paying them, you know, usually it's voluntary.
They don't do that in San Marino?
Oh, no,
Yeah,
no,
and that is true. I've worked in other districts too where it's voluntary.
yeah,
We
it
don't.
hasn't been for Temple City for a while.
that is admirable, I'll tell you.
Wow.
Where do
Yeah.
I sign up? Where do I? sign up?
Yes, we do.
Write it down, take it to your union. Maybe
Oh, yes, we've already talked about that.
Wow.
Yep.
I hope they all know how good they have it here.
I hope so too. They can ask me and I'll tell them all about it.
Okay, anything else, ladies?
No, I think that's it.
Okay, I'll call for the vote. Anne,
Oh, yes.
Gina,
Yes.
and a yes for me. Vote passes 3-0. Okay. Moving on to the next personnel order on item number 7. Can I get a motion in a second that we have received personnel order number 2122-04?
I make a motion to receive personnel order 212204 dated September 22, 2021.
And can I get a second?
Oh, second, I'm sorry.
Is there any discussion or comments on this, ladies?
I looked at it.
Did
before.
Lee Cobb, was that a promotion for her,
Yeah. Oh,
for Lee Cobb?
Yes,
She was at Emperor for a very short time.
Yeah.
Correct?
correct. That was a transfer.
It's
Yes.
just a location transfer.
Okay,
Oh.
but not a promotion.
No.
She's
Oh.
going to the attendance office.
Okay.
Kathy retired.
oh, that's right.
Mm.
Kathy Dingley.
Kathy Dingley retired.
Okay, anything else? I'll call for the vote. Anne
Yes.
and Gina,
Yes.
and that's a yes for me. The motion passes 3-0. Any reports from the personnel, from the director?
Yes, actually, it's going to be short for me. First thing on my list, I'd like to congratulate Ms. Maria Garner. Congratulations for being reappointed, for your reappointment. We are always happy and we are very appreciative of all that you do for the personnel department and for our staff. Also, I would like to officially welcome our new Assistant Superintendent of Business Services, Ms. Connie Wu, and I know Dr. Pataroya will speak about that in her qualifications and all that good stuff. I know she has a wealth of experience coming in from several other districts. Okay, and then as far as the personnel department, we continue to be busy with recruitment, as you can see. Both classified and certificate. I mean, certificated, it has slowed down a bit, but we are still getting some, last minute resignations and we're still trying to fill vacancies. I will actually, open enrollment. So open enrollment concluded last week, but the real fun begins after that because now we have to process all the documents and paperwork, and we still have employees who missed open enrollment, and now we're getting requests to do this and that, but we're trying to accommodate requests as we get them, to the extent of help what we're capable of doing and CalPERS will allow. But yeah, so we have been inundated with open enrollment, and also because we are transitioning from like our dental and vision to a different vendor. So we're busy with that. And so with that said, I'm gonna have Isaac give us a report on recruitment that we have been very busy about. And thank you to Isaac because he's such a trooper. He's still here. And he's experiencing how busy car is, but he has been amazing. So
Isaac, do you like being busy? Do you like that? Do you like the speed?
To a certain extent, but the company does definitely help. So I appreciate the company that I have.
Oh, that's good.
awesome.
Oh, that's
It
great.
does help. It really does.
Sure does.
Does make a difference.
Yes, but to go into some of that craziness that's happening, we will start with, there are several positions that we will be flying probably by tomorrow. And so those positions include an extra duty assignment for a campus security monitor at DDSLC. There's also a child care instructor 1 vacancy that we will be flying. There's a site office manager vacancy at Longden, which we will be flying. Also, as I mentioned earlier, we did hire 2 paraprofessional childcare 1s. However, there are still 2 vacancies, so those 2 will be flying also tomorrow. And there is a noon duty aide vacancy at Emperor, which will be flying. As far as the positions that are currently flying, we continue to have sub positions open for the paraprofessional, for custodial, and for cafeteria assistant. And those we currently have flying just open. And as candidates come in, we are actually planning on scheduling testing within the next few weeks for those. Then, of course, we do have the Brailleist position at Temple City High School, which is flying until filled for now. That's one of those that is hard to fill, so we are still flying that position. Let me see. Continuing, we do have 2 director positions that are currently flying until filled, and that includes the Director of Fiscal Services and the Director of Maintenance and Operations. We also have, earlier we discussed the behavior intervention aides who were hired, and there are still a few more vacancies with the special ed department, so that is also flying until filled. Along with the paraprofessional positions in the special ed department, there are also still some vacancies there, so that is flying until filled. We have a district receptionist position that is flying, and it actually closes on Thursday, on the 21st. So when that comes, we will be screening that and going to the next step. And then another one that is flying is the utility worker 1 position at Temple City High School. That is currently being flown as a transfer opportunity for in-house employees. And if there are no internal people who want it, then that's when we open it externally. So now moving on to the positions that have flown and are now in the screening process. We have a paraprofessional PE floater position. We have a community liaison position at Emperor, and we have a childcare instructor 2 position with the ELP after school program. Moving on, for testing, as I mentioned, we do have those the substitute positions that we will be scheduling testing. For the interview phase, we do have a noon duty aide, a vacancy at Longden, which we will be reaching out to Longden staff to schedule an interview off of the eligibility list that we have for noon duty aides. So that will be happening shortly. And finally, going on to the positions that are either in the hiring process or we have hired already, that is going to include another noon duty aide position at Longden. We actually hired someone on the 21st of September. We have a grounds maintenance worker, which was a promotion, who was promoted on October 4th. We have a paraprofessional PE who at Longden, who was hired on October 11th. 2 paraprofessional childcare positions for the after-school program. One was hired on October 11th, the other October 12th. We have the 2 LVN positions that we mentioned, one of them at Cloverly, who started on October 14th, the other one at Longden, who is still completing the hiring process. We have, as mentioned before, the Assistant Superintendent of Business Services, who started yesterday. We have a total of 3 paraprofessionals, as we mentioned earlier, who are, 2 of them have already started. This is for the special education department. 2 started yesterday. One of them is still in the hiring process. And then I already mentioned the behavior intervention aides. 3 of them were the promotions who start tomorrow. And one of them who is an outside candidate who will be starting the fingerprinting process. And then finally, we have an accounting assistant 2 position in business services, and she will be starting this Thursday on the 21st.
Wow.
And that's all the stuff that's going on.
It's a lot.
A lot.
Thank you, Isaac.
So the Director of Fiscal Services, does that fall under the CBO then, right? Or do they?
Yes. And the reason, actually both do. Director of M&O and Director of Fiscal fall under the Assistant Super Business. And one of the reasons right now we left it open until filled is to get more qualified candidates and to give her a chance to, kind of come start, assess the department and the needs so that she can pick according to what she believes is the right fit. Because, it wouldn't be fair to just choose someone and then all of a sudden she comes into the role and she's like, I don't, so this is going to give her a little bit of time to do that. And in the meantime, we can have more applicants apply, hopefully.
Right. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Isaac.
You're welcome.
All right. Any matters from the commission, please?
Oh, not me. Thank you.
Okay. Did you have a report, Dr. K, Dr. Catarayan?
I just basically have 2 more things to add.
Okay.
Juris and Isaac covered most of them. November 1 is our PD day for both certificated and classified. And we have a number of things planned for our classified teams. These are going to be online trainings. We're looking at like first aid, CPR, and then like a customer service one. And it's going to be based on their hours. So right now we're determining like how many hour employee they are and which ones we're going to prioritize it based on that. So we have a system, it's called Vector. We use this for all of our mandated trainings. There's so many tools in this. So we're really just trying to utilize this, especially given that most of our things are online now and virtual. We're going to be able to maximize on that. So that's the plan for November 1st. And we're going to be pushing that information out hopefully in the next few days.
Wonderful.
And then the other thing is the big October 15th vaccine mandate. That was last Friday. So by last Friday, all employees were to have either uploaded their vaccine card to show verification, and or once a week they have to get tested. That's being managed by our Director of Risk Management. And so she's currently running a list of basically who hasn't uploaded it and the weekly testing, and then we'll go from there.
Is your vaccine testing weekly?
It is.
I mean, okay, it is. And is every school site have somebody that goes to that school to test?
We actually have it at the district office Tuesdays and Thursdays
Oh, I see. Okay.
in our parking lot.
Oh, got it. Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Dr. K, is that only available to district employees and students of the district?
Yes.
So not parents?
No.
I had a parent ask me that.
Yeah.
How
Okay.
have we done on absences today?
What do you mean yesterday?
Was it
Normal.
yesterday?
Normal. We were not impacted. We actually pushed into sites and we weren't anticipating much. We were getting a pulse on kind of where we're at on that. We spoke to quite a few local districts to see kind of where they're at with it. But luckily we were not impacted. So there was nothing out of the norm for us yesterday.
Good.
Okay. So there, I guess LA County or the state, after was it January 1st that they will not be having the testing, the required testing for employees? Is that true?
That is what has been pushed out, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Catteroyan. Appreciate that.
You all.
Is there any items to be discussed in closed session?
Yes, we do.
Okay. So can I get a motion and a second to adjourn to closed session?
I move we adjourn to a closed session at 4:31.
Second,
And I'll put the call to a vote. Gina,
yes.
Anne,
Yes.
that's a yes for me. Vote passes 3-0. Okay, and we will go into closed session. We just leave, right? And then,
And you-
Oh, there it is.
okay, there it is.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. There you go.
Okay, and there was no action taken in closed session. And can I get a motion and a second to adjourn?
I move we adjourn.
Second,
And I'll put the vote to, I'll call for the vote. Gina
yes.
and Anne,
Yes.
and a yes for me. Vote passes 3-0.